everybody, and thank you for joining me on Ask Pastor Sharon. Hey, it's home edition. We're still quarantined, and I know you know that. But listen, I've got a good question from Kim today from Phoenix, Arizona. Kim says, how do you deal with parents that want to do whatever they want to do with your kids instead of what you're asking them to do? Wow. So it sounds like you got some parents that don't listen to your rules and they don't listen to your instruction. Well, this is pretty common. So even though I'm answering this for you, I'm sure there's some other grandparents out there that are doing this and some other parents like you that are frustrated. So let's talk to both sides. So number one, I'm a grandparent. Okay, so they call me Layla because in Spanish, grandmother is abuela. So they call me Layla. Okay, so I have a granddaughter, a grandson, and another grandson on the way. So I like to take my granddaughter out on Mia Mondays, and we get ice cream practically every Monday. And I know maybe her parents don't want me to do that all the time. They've never said that. Thanks, guys. And I know they don't mind because I don't do it excessively, okay? But as grandparents, this is what we do. We wait so many years for you to have kids. Some of you have the audacity to wait till you're 30 and 35 to have kids. Really? We're waiting for these grandkids because we want a chance to spoil them rotten. You got it, spoil them rotten. And so you have grandkids, and then, or we have grandkids, and then you bring them over to the house and you leave us all these rules. Too many rules, okay? Mom, no sweets. Seriously? That's why they're here, right? We like to give them cookies and candy and popsicles and ice cream and cake, all of these types of things because we're the grandparents, okay? Don't fault us for being grandparents because this is just what we do, right? But we're not gonna do it excessively, okay? But when we do, just give us a pass on that, okay? One of the other things that you typically tell us is don't give them water. Who does that? Listen, I am from Generation X and we gave our babies water, okay? We wanted our kids to have good kidneys. I don't know what you're thinking about, but I would love to give the baby water, and we'll give the baby water when they're of age. Maybe not as newborns, but slightly thereafter. We live in Arizona. I don't know where you're watching me from, but this is Arizona. It is 115 degrees here. We need water, okay? And so does the kiddos. So I understand we're doing our best, okay? Just give us a pass. Okay, one of the other things you do, when you want us to put the baby down to sleep, you want us to read a certain book. So you always do this. You send these books in the diaper bag, right? So we find this book, Dora the Explorer, right? Why do I have to read this book every day, every night? Why can't I read another book? Why does it have to be your book only? Can we just lighten up on some of the rules, parents? We love you. We raised you, and we read you a plethora of books, right? But now you're going to sentence us to one little book. Listen, that's scenario number A. And those are minor things, right? They're things that's not going to cause us to fall out or have any type of conflict. But however, scenario number B is different. Scenario B says, I have parents that actually do illegal activity. And I'm torn because I don't want to take my child over to my parents' house because maybe they're smoking marijuana, doing cocaine, doing something that's illegal, right? You're right. You can't take them over there under those circumstances because you don't want something bad to happen to your child, okay? Not that they should be doing it, anyway, but especially not when your kids are around, okay? But you have to think about that and you have to make some decisions. You're gonna have the hard conversation because all parents are not gonna listen to you. They may look at it like, this is my life, it's my house, I wanna do what I wanna do. And they're right, but it doesn't mean you have to bring the grandkids over there. Sometimes we don't want to stand up to our parents because we feel like, we don't want the conflict and we don't want, them to think that we know everything. Well, you know enough to know that that's not what you want for your children. And as a parent, you have that right. You do. You have that right. Your word actually has more authority than our word when it comes to how they're being raised. And as the grandparents out there, I know you're watching, listen, we're going to have to also work with the parents. We think we know everything. We know a lot, but we don't know what they want for their kids. So we have to respect that. There's got to be a mutual respect that's going on between, parent and grandparent, okay? So just remember that. So if you're in a situation where there's illegal activity going on and things going on that you don't want for your kid, again, have the conversation. You have to pull the kiddos out because it's not fair to them. You don't want to be in a situation where, I mean, for goodness sake, the police could come in and raid the place. You don't want your child over there, right? Nothing like that. You don't want them to be listening to maybe rated R movies and things where there's cursing and profanity and things like that. You don't want that. You got to protect them. So, in some scenarios, yeah, a situation where grandparents are not listening, if it's a cookie, potato chip, that's minor. But let me tell you something, even in that scenario, it could be excessive. What happens if their teeth start to rot because we're giving them juice all the time or we're giving them candy all the time? That's not fair to put that burden on the parents to have to pay those dental bills. It's not right. So we have to make wise choices. And so during the week as the parents are giving them fruits and vegetables, because that's what they do. You're the parent. Don't make me be the parent. You be the parent, I be the grandparent, but I'm also going to have enough respect for you as my child that I'm going to adhere and partner with you in raising these kids, okay? Have the hard conversations if you have to. Pull the kids out if you have to for their safe and well-being, okay? I hope that helped you, Kim. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on Ask Pastor Sharon. Listen, subscribe. Hit the button, subscribe. If you have friends, family members that are having problems in their relationships, dating, parenting, send a question in. I'm ready for you. Send me anything and I'm going to answer it, okay? So askpastorsharon@gmail.com. Send your questions in to askpastorsharon@gmail.com. I'm waiting to hear from you, okay? And remember, whatever you do it with class. Be blessed.